Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I recently went to Melbourne Zoo in hopes of seeing the new baby giraffe, but unfortunately, along with many other animals, the baby giraffe was kept indoors because it was too cold and rainy, which was completely understandable. So even though I did not get to see the new baby, here is a list of animals I did get to see today. Because we came here today planning to see the baby, we immediately ran to the giraffe exhibit instead of walking through the zoo in order. And even though the baby was not displayed, we did briefly see him walk through the back of house area. Another male and female giraffe were out and about, so we stayed for the giraffe keeper talk that taught us plenty of fun facts about the tallest land mammals. Male giraffes grow to an average of about 4.6 to 6 meters, or 15 to 20 feet tall. Meanwhile, females grow from 4 to 5.2 meters or 13 to 17 feet tall, and because of their height, a group of giraffes is actually referred to as a tower of giraffes. As you may notice, giraffes actually have blue tongues. This is because the dark color acts as a natural sunscreen to protect them from the intense UV rays of the African suns, especially when they graze on higher branches. Their tongues can also get up to 50 centimeters or 20 inches long. Another reason I really like the giraffe exhibit is because there are lots of cute little birds hanging around the place, and it's also right next to a lovely cafe. When the giraffe talk finished, we walked back to the zoo's main entrance to walk through the zoo in order, so our next stop was the ring-tailed lemur walkthrough exhibit. Because they have just been fed and the weather isn't ideal, the lemurs weren't particularly active. However, I still enjoyed seeing them chilling in the trees and jumping around. While I usually just see the black and white ruffed lemurs sleeping, we were fortunate enough to see a keeper prepare enrichment items for them and see how the lemurs reacted to them. Even though the noises they make may sound aggressive, this is how they communicate to each other, no matter what they are saying. Unfortunately, they are critically endangered and their population is rapidly decreasing due to hunting and habitat loss, so I'm glad that zoos such as Melbourne Zoo can provide them with safety and contribute towards conservation. Melbourne Zoo is home to two western lowland gorillas. The female is a 10-year-old named Kanzi and the father is a 24-year-old named Otter. As of September, Melbourne Zoo has welcomed 3 new gorillas from Taronga Zoo, so hopefully I'll be able to see them soon. Right next to the gorilla exhibit is a gorilla ranger station, a small indoor area that has some cool reptiles. It doesn't have a big entry sign outside, but it's right between the gorillas and the otters, so keep a close eye out for it when you're walking down that way. As I was hoping, the rainy day meant that the Asian small-clawed otters would be out and about on display. Even though they are small, they can actually eat up to 1/3 of their body weight in one day. I absolutely love seeing semi-aquatic animals because we don't only get the opportunity to see them swimming underwater, we also get the chance to see them play around on the land. Right next to the otter exhibit is a hippo exhibit. Melbourne Zoo only has one pygmy hippo named Felix, but he tends to be very popular because he has a habit of swimming right up to the glass where everyone can see him clearly. Towards the end of the gorilla rainforest walk, Melbourne Zoo has several treetop apes and monkeys on display, like those ones here who kind of remind me of my guinea pig Kovu. I rarely ever see them on display, especially on colder, rainy days since they tend to be tropical animals, so this was a very nice, pleasant surprise. Now it was time for us to have lunch. Because it was so cold, I decided to try the tom yum soup, which also happened to be the soup of the day. The soup is vegan, and if that's not your cup of tea, or should I say cup of soup, there are a wide range of cafes in the zoo for you to choose from. The cafeterias are less than a minute walking distance from the red panda enclosure. Normally I only ever see them high up on the trees because they sleep up to 17 hours a day, so this rainy day was once again a lucky day because I got to see them coming down. Despite being named red pandas, they are actually not pandas. They were discovered nearly 50 years before the giant pandas, and it is believed that the name panda comes from the Nepali word ponya, which means bamboo eater. The Melbourne Zoo has 3 separate meerkat exhibits, so there's probably a 99% chance you will be able to see at least one every day regardless of the weather. Meerkats tend to live in groups of 20 to 30 individuals, but some can even have over 50. Every one of these individuals will have an important role in their colony, such as keeping a lookout for predators, foraging for small prey, maintaining burrows, and teaching young meerkats basic survival skills. However, all of them are responsible for taking care of the offspring of the dominant female or the matriarch. Another fun fact about meerkats is that the black patches around their eyes are like built-in sunglasses. They help reduce the glare from the sun and improve their vision overall. As much as it breaks my heart seeing such large animals such as tigers in captivity, there are only approximately 400 Sumatran tigers left in the wild. The male Sumatran tiger here is named Hutan, and he turns 15 this year. Melbourne Zoo is a part of many conservation campaigns against deforestation, including the Don't Palm Us Off campaign, which aims to educate the public on the impact of unsustainable palm oil on animal habitats. Another small exhibit that tends to be overlooked is the indoor bird exhibit located between the tiger exhibit and the butterfly house. Not only does it give you the opportunity to get some shelter from the rain, but it also lets you see some beautiful species of birds. Another indoor exhibit you can see to escape from the rain is a butterfly house, which features more than 600 butterflies from 13 different tropical species, and the collection of butterflies here only continue to grow. Do remember to be careful while walking around here and watch your steps because the butterflies do go on the ground sometimes. Everywhere you look, you'll be able to see a butterfly with different colours doing different activities. I could honestly stay in here all day to get photos and videos of all sorts of butterflies. This year is actually the 40th year anniversary of the butterfly house, so I'm very excited to see what else the zoo has in store for its future. As of the moment, Melbourne Zoo has 2 orangutans, a 21-year-old named Marlu and a 35-year-old named Gabby. Males can weigh up to 130 kilograms or 285 pounds, while females can weigh up to 55 kilograms or 120 pounds. Orangutans are extremely intelligent, and as a matter of fact, Marlu isn't allowed to spend the night in an outdoor exhibit after the zoo is closed because he has escaped twice, so he needs keepers and volunteers supervising him all the time. And another fun fact is that humans actually share 96.4% of our DNA with orangutans. Located right in the middle of the rainforest walk and Australian bush is a platypus house, which is yet another place you can go to hide from the rain while also having a look at animals. This is Sam, the only platypus at Melbourne Zoo because they are solitary creatures in the wild. It appears that we have arrived at the perfect time because it seems like he got some new eucalyptus leaves for enrichment. Because platypi rarely open their eyes, their enrichment will focus on scent and texture rather than vision. So while Sam may appear to be stuck between those branches, he's actually just trying to feel it all over his body and enjoy his enrichment time. Because of the rain, not many animals were out in the Australian bush section. However, this was the first time I had ever seen a wombat staying under this rock up here instead of sleeping in a burrow to avoid the rain. After that, we did see a wallaby and a koala enjoying their time in the rain alone while the rest of their friends were hiding under the shelter. The Nyalla were only added to Melbourne Zoo this year, so this was my first time seeing them out and about. So once again, the cold rainy day was actually proving to be a rather lucky day. The Nyalla are a unique species of African antelopes that tend to live in single-sex or mixed family groups of up to 10 individuals. Now we were making our way down the Lion Gorge to see the carnivores. One of the lions was kept at the back of house, and I'm assuming it's for training or for a vet check, but whatever it is, I hope he's going to be okay. Unfortunately, my good quality camera died and I had to film this on my phone, but I was so happy to see the snow leopard moving, because usually when I visit they're either camouflaged really well or just snoozing, which makes sense because they can sleep for up to 18 hours a day as a survival strategy to conserve energy. Although they once lived in mainland Australia, the now endangered Tasmanian Devils can now only be found in Tasmania. Despite being called devils due to their physical appearance and their vocalizations, they tend to be shy and cautious animals who will not attack humans unless they are threatened. Since it was approaching 4 PM, it looked like we went to the seal area just in time to see the keeper train the seals to go back in their overnight exhibits. All 3 seals from Melbourne Zoo are rescues who cannot be rehabilitated back into the wild, so it's nice seeing them have a good home at the zoo. As of the moment, the zoo has 2 Australian fur seals and 1 New Zealand fur seal. The zoo has recently renovated their penguin exhibit so that you can see the penguins both underwater and on land. We arrived here at 4 PM just in time for the penguin talk, where we learned a few fun facts about the Australian little blue penguins, who are also referred to as fairy penguins. During the penguin talk, we were able to see a keeper keep track of which penguins she saw, and rewarded them with a little bit of food for stepping onto the scales. They forage for small fish, squid, and krill. Victoria is also home to the largest colony of little penguins in the world. If you can make a trip from Melbourne to Phillip Island, I would 100% recommend it, because Phillip Island is actually the home of 40,000 little penguins. Even though today was the coldest and rainiest day that I have visited the zoo, I still had an amazing day. I felt extremely lucky being able to see the lemurs get enrichment, the orangutans jump all around their exhibit, and seeing Nyalla properly for the first time. By the time this video is up, there should be some new animals at the zoo, such as a new baby giraffe and also a few new gorillas, so I will be making videos on them soon, and stay tuned if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day.